For men like Kasim, progress was just another word for opportunity. The man in the mangroves. Kasim was known along the coast as a man who could get you anything. Salted dates from the far desert, he could have them on your table by nightfall. Gunpowder from the mainland, delivered in barrels marked dried fish. He had a talent for moving unseen, not because he was small. He was tall, broad-shouldered, with the kind of presence that filled a room, but because he knew the right shadows to stand in. He was a smuggler, yes, but one with his own rules. He did not run weapons to men who would use them on their own people. He would not touch the opium the colonials were flooding into the port. And he never, ever cheated a friend. But friendship was a rare coin in those days, and Kasim's pockets were lined more with secrets than with loyalty. The storm run. It was on a storm run one of those nights when the rain comes sideways and the mangrove creeks turn to black mirrors that Kasim found the Calabash. His crew had just unloaded crates of tea smuggled past the customs officers when a box slipped from the hands of a young deckhand and fell into the mud. Kasim cursed, wading in to retrieve it before the tide could claim it. The crate was lighter than it should have been, and when he pried it open, it held no tea at all. Just a single gourd, deep honey brown, its carved eyes glistening in the lamplight. It was warm, even in the cold rain. The first taste. Curiosity was a dangerous thing for men like Kasim, but in the mangroves, with the tide rising and the air thick with salt and secrets, he gave in. He tipped the gourd to his lips. The water inside was sweet, almost intoxicating. A warmth spread from his throat to his fingertips, and the fatigue of the long night evaporated as though it had never existed. By the time he reached the safety of the dockside warehouse, he felt like he could row to the mainland and back without stopping. A smuggler's miracle. Kasim was a practical man, but he was not blind to profit. The next morning he took the Calabash to a fisherman he owed money to, offering the man a drink as a gesture of goodwill. The fisherman had been coughing blood for weeks. By sundown, he was mending nets in the sun, whistling as though nothing had ever been wrong. Word spread it always did. Dock workers began to slip him coins in exchange for the captain's water. Sailors offered information, favors, entire crates of goods, just for a few mouthfuls. The Calabash never emptied. Kasim's pockets grew heavy. His name carried weight in new places. The tally begins. The first to die was a tax clerk. He was found face down in the shallow water by the pier, eyes open,